Watch this video to learn how to play Keyboard Trick from the Piano Adventures Level 1 Technique book. This is Keyboard Trick. Let's watch and listen to it be played. The interesting thing about Keyboard Trick is that there are two things going on at the same time, kind of like this picture of the girl in the corner of the page. She is doing two things at once. She is both patting her head and rubbing her tummy at the same time. Have you ever tried to do that? Why don't you go ahead and try to do it now? You'll find that doing this, patting your head while you're rubbing your stomach at the same time, is a little bit tricky. It's not easy to do two things at once. It takes a lot of concentration, and we get better with practice. So keep at it, and I bet you'll have it down in another few seconds. You just did a trick when you learned how to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time. And now we're going to do another trick on the keyboard. We're going to learn how to hold a long note with your left hand while the right hand plays staccato in a rhythmic pattern. We're going to start by practicing the right hand intervals that are in this piece. Our right hand is going to be playing thirds. It will play 1 and 3 together, and then it will play 2 and 4 together, and then it will play 5 and 3 together. Let's go to the keyboard and practice this on top of the keyboard lid so that we get used to the feeling of each prayer. Begin by taking fingers 1 and 3 and tap them lightly several times on the lid. Now switch to fingers 2 and 4. And finally, 5 and 3. Those are all of the right hand finger pairs we will be using in Keyboard Trick. Keyboard Trick starts with bass A, played by your left hand finger 2. In fact, bass A is the only left hand note in this whole song. It is played the whole way through. In your right hand, you start with your thumb on middle C, and we begin with playing fingers 1 and 3, so those will be on C and E. Now let's talk about the left hand's job in the finger trick. It plays A lot. This curved line that's connecting these two A's in the beginning is called a tie. We know that it's a tie because it's connecting two of the same notes. And when we have a tie, we add the notes on both sides of it together. So 4 beats plus 4 beats of whole notes means 8 beats that we will hold this A. Take a look at the rest of the left hand part and you will see that this repeats throughout the piece. So we have 8 beats on the next 2 sets of A's, 8 beats after that, in fact, 8 beats every pair to the end. Let's take a look at the order of those right hand thirds before we move to the piano. We start with fingers 1 and 3, then 2 and 4, then 3 and 5, and after that, we go back down to 2 and 4 and end with 1 and 3. Have your right hand thumb on middle C and your left hand thumb on B. Now your left hand is doing one job the whole time. Let's practice that so that we know what it feels like to hold it for 8 beats. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty long, right? Your right hand does more things. We're going to start by looking at the first pattern. So it's that first and third finger. It'll be C and E. And what it's going to play is 3 staccatos and a whole note. I want you to think bounce, 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 land. Can you do that with me? 1, 2, here we go. Rest, bounce, 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 land. Right, now we're going to put those two parts together. Here's how they go together. First, the left hand goes down. It stays down while you go back. Right, now we're going to put those two parts together. Here's how they go together. First, the left hand goes down. It stays down while you go bounce, 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 land. Now, I have to tell you in advance that this can be a little bit tricky because your hands are doing different things. So you want to really focus on putting the left hand down and keeping it down while your right hand does its part. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, bounce, 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 hold, 2, 3, 4. Did you keep the left hand down the whole time? If you have struggled with it, you can go ahead and pause the video until you feel that you are comfortable at that. We're going to move on now. So once you have that first pattern down, the right hand's just going to move to 4 and 2, then 5 and 3, then back down, 4 and 2, and 1 and 3. And it's the same pattern over and over again. Okay, let's try to play all the way through now. So we're starting here, going up and back down. One more thing, the entire thing is going to be piano. It's going to be soft. So you should be fairly used to holding your left hand down now. Let's focus on making it soft as well. We're going to begin at measure 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, 1 and 3, bounce, 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 land, 2, 3, 4, left, 2 and 4, bounce, 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 land, 2, 3, 4, left, 3 and 5, bounce, 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 land, 2, 3, 4, A, 2 and 4, bounce, bounce, land, 2, 3, 4, left again, 1 and 3.